Hi friends, welcome to current affairs discussion. Semiconductor industry is the topic of discussion for today. This is very important, friends. This is going to be very important and potential mains question for the upcoming UPSC exam. And knowing the schemes are also important for the prelims. So let's start our discussion. What is the context? Last month, we have seen the Tata industry is going to set up semiconductor industries at 3 places of the India. We have seen this thing is going to set up in Assam and 2 of the fabrication units, as well as the assembly units in the Gujarat. And this is uploaded all over India. Everywhere people are saying that this is very good news. Why? Why is it so? What is the semiconductor industry? Why is this important? What are the challenges? Why India could not develop the semiconductor industry so far? All these things we need to understand. We can't just know, okay, 3 places semiconductor industry. This is not some PSC exam which just asking only factual stuffs. Even the PSC exams also they are asking the analytical questions. Okay, so this is not going to be that way. So we need to understand in a comprehensive manner. These semiconductors, so we have ICs, integrated chips. These ICs have various semiconductors in it. And all these ICs, which have the semiconductors, we use them in the electronic devices. Without these semiconductors, without these integrated circuits, you cannot develop electronic manufacturing industry. Take it anything, be it a mobile phone, be it a laptop, be it a EVMs, be it some kind of satellites, anywhere you need these semiconductors. And such a crucial thing. And this is not very easy thing. For suppose, silicon is used as a raw material for making the semiconductor. And to set up this thing on the proper chip, on the integrated circuits, it required a lot of skill. For suppose if you take your laptop or mobile phone, there are so many semiconductors present on it. It is very difficult. It needs utmost skill to precisely keep it in certain way, miniature, making it very small and properly placing it on the chips. All this thing is a very hard technical skills. So such a important skill and most essential thing for development of any electronic component. Be you take it robotics, be it you taking digital India, for anything it is required. But we do not have semiconductor industry in India. Now, before getting into the discussion why we don't have and who has this technology and all, so first let's understand the supply chain of the semiconductor. Semiconductor industry has these steps. So first there will be design. So in order to develop these semiconductors, so what should be the design? What should be the blueprint? And then how I will manufacture. Blueprint means, okay, I will manufacture this kind of integrated circuit. I will design this semiconductors like this. Then manufacturing will happen, fabrication. This designing and all, it does not need very huge amount of labs. Still it is required, but compared to the fabrication, design is certainly easy process. And then once you do the fabrication, then finally all the things will be assembled. And then testing, marketing, and packaging. This is the very hardest step, second step. So India has better expertise in the design. We hardly have any kind of companies in the fabrication, and a few number is present in the assembly. But even these things are also very hard. Now, if you know, the Tata investment is going to happen in the fabrication as well as the assembly units. So now you understand what does it mean by this when we say, okay, 2 units are being set up in the Gujarat OSAT and as well as a fab facility, okay, which I have given here. See, this is the nothing but the ATMP facility. Same, both of them are same. Okay, it is nothing but the assembly, testing, marking, and the packaging. And the specialized one is being set up in the Sanand, Gujarat. So both of them are the falling in this step. The 4th, 5th, 6th steps. And the first one is the fabricating, this step. So these are the essential components or steps in the value chain of semiconductor manufacturing. And all these steps are highly skilled, requires a lot of investment, friends. In order to develop these fabrication units, you need a kind of infrastructure which is very clean. Though we have good amount of silica, but the grade of silica that is required for the electronic components is highly different. You need high quality silica, and sometimes compound materials are also required as a raw material for development of this semiconductor industry. This requires a lot of time and expertise, and in order to generate profits, it will take a lot of time. And already certain companies have developed expertise, so people will buy products from those companies. If such a highly skillful work is being developed by the new player, it takes time for the customers to trust them and purchase it from them. But currently, mostly South Korea, Taiwan, they have well developed this semiconductor industry. But every country need these semiconductor industries, especially now we know everything happens through these electronics. Now, what if someday these nations stop you from providing you semiconductors? All the raw materials which you import, all the fabrication units which you import, finally assembly will happen. Like say, if you have to manufacture mobile phone, assembly of various things will happen. You will invest, you will import all these integrated circuits from the different areas. So if you want to design some satellites, you can't do if they stop. So every country want to develop its own semiconductor industry. Creation of the employment is a secondary factor, but there is a very important strategic factor. So that is what the strategic need is. So in order to ensure the strategic autonomy, we need to develop the semiconductor industry, because 90% of the things we import. And I told you, there is huge economic growth potential possible with this. Once you develop the semiconductor industry, we can also give boost to our electronic manufacturing industry. This can also increase our GDP and create a 250,000 new employment. So supply chain resilience, like in cases of Ukraine war or Iran and Israel crisis. So there will not be any kind of problems that you will face. Your automobile industry, digital India, nothing will suffer. There will be resilience of your supply chain, and digital transformation can also be possible. So this is the need for which development of the semiconductor industry is very important. I hope you got what is the purpose, why it is being uploaded. Okay, so this is the context and the need we have discussed. Now, like I said, India, in all these steps, India is good at designing, like I said. Only recently, the investments are getting into this fabrication and the assembly, testing, marketing sector. Even in this fabrication, the current fabrication is being happened at a 28 nanometer technology. That means the semiconductors, the design, at what scale that you have to design. Okay, see, if I tell you here, if it is as small as 3 nanometers technology, it would be more efficient. For suppose, like today, all these mobile phones and all, there will be operating at very high speed. So that means there are various semiconductors on the chips, and they are very small in size, and India currently cannot invest in that level. So we can go for initially 28 nanometers of maturity level. Okay, so this is what the current affairs is, and these are not simple, and these are technical and being left out most of the times. So I hope you have understood what is the strength of the India, where India is investing, and what is the size of the semiconductors that are required, and then what is the need. Okay, so everything is well and good. We have understood what is the current context, what is the need, and let's try to understand what are the challenges. So we have got to know that currently only South Korea and Taiwan are stronger in this. Like say you have a kind of business which is well developed, and if any new player is coming into that area, it is very difficult to beat the competition because they already have that kind of expertise. That expertise is very important. And not only this, in order to develop this industry, you also need proper continuous power, water supply, and the transport system. And so India has realized, okay, there is a high amount of inputs that are required and the profits maturity will take time. So government thought, let's give the production linked incentive scheme. Government will provide the incentives. So if you develop here units, we will provide you some kind of incentives. Realizing this, is it only India can provide such kind of incentives? No, even the EU, USA can provide such kind of incentives. So EU Chips Act, even USA has introduced such kind of Chips Act where they are providing incentives to attract the investment in the semiconductor industry. Now India does not have that level of deep pockets or financial space to make or provide incentives to the semiconductor industries. Okay, so this is the very important competing factor that we see. And like I said, it requires huge amount of skills. Designing is different thing, and putting those things on the chips is completely totally different thing. It requires a lot of research and development. So much of the skills beating the competition and all. What happens is now there are various fabrication units in the South Korea and Taiwan. Okay, so in the Vietnam, okay, the raw material will be supplied from the China. Okay, raw material will be supplied, or from here from the South Korea or from the Taiwan, they go back to the China for assembly purposes. So like this, Southeast Asia has developed a proper value chain and India is not a part of this value chain. So this is one of the very biggest challenge. Now completely setting up this semiconductor industry in the new place, providing all those raw material. The silica is not just simple silica, which is abundant in India, but the grade of silica that is required for the electronic industry is totally different. The electronic grade silica is required. So these are the challenges. And in this scenario, recently Tata has invested, they have come forward to set up this fabrication plant as well as assembly plant. So this is a very good thing that India is appreciating. It will take a lot of time, friends. Okay, it will take so many years for in the future to develop this thing, but India is taking steps. So what kind of steps that are being taken up by the India? Now see, semiconductor laboratory modernization. So laboratories are required both in the design phase, assembly phase, and fabrication phase. Now it is easy for you to understand. You don't have to by heart memorize. It will be easy for you, right? Production linked incentive scheme, a budget of 55,000 crore has been allocated, okay, to attract the investment. Support for the compound semiconductors. Compound means not just simple silica as a raw material, but compounds like silicon and gallium together like this. So support will be provided for this. And there is also India semiconductor mission, 76,000 crore. Okay, this is very less generally. Okay, but still we are doing something where we are providing supports for the various things like fabricated units, display fabricated units. Now this is easy for you, like see, assembly units. Same is the with for the design linked incentive schemes. Where do you do this design? Here we will do in the first step, we'll do the design. Okay, design linked incentive schemes like this in the all the steps. Once this concept is clear, then you will understand these things. So these are the various initiatives. Now that's it, friends. This is about the semiconductor industry. We have done all the current affairs. What is the need for the semiconductor industry? And these are the very important points: Chip Act, PLI scheme, strategic autonomy, job creation, challenges. Now, any changes in this will take years of time. If you make a notes for this and if you have studied for this, for few years it will not change. So you need not worry about the current affairs if you have done your preparation well for at least one time. Now see, I have tried to add little more value addition. See, now once you do this kind of current affairs, there is also, you need to think, what is this production linked incentive scheme? This is the assignment for you. How many sectors are covered in the production linked incentive scheme? This is how you have to study. You have to link. Simply, I'm telling you, production linked incentive scheme means, they say 100 units are being generated by the company. Now, let's say this is 100 rupees. Instead of 100, now they have produced 150 rupees. I'm saying the final market value of their production, 150 rupees, from 100 to 150. So 50 extra rupees the company has produced. Now, if the government says PLI of 10% on the production is being offered, so 10% of the 50. So government will give you 5 rupees as a incentive. So clear, friends, this is, you need to also think what is this make in India and what are the factors of localization for the industry. These are the assignments that you need to do. In the same way, even for the electronic industry, if I go back to this diagram, can you see here? This PCB manufacturing, component manufacturing, final product manufacturing, all these are the part of this electronic industry. Even the electronic industry has the same components, design will be there. PCB, producing the printed circuit boards, component manufacturing, assembly. So in India, we do mostly the assembly, we do mostly the design. In these phases, we do only for the certain kind of low value chain electronic manufacturing. See, we are strong, design, we are strong, assembly, we are strong. Low end manufacturing is being done on the printed circuit boards. So it is also essential for development of those things. So now various initiatives, just I'm giving you idea. See here, they have told they are doing this thing, scheme for promotion of the manufacturing of the electronic components and the semiconductors. PLI for the electronics and PLI for the hardwares. They are doing in these areas, in the design, in the component manufacturing, on the assembly areas. Without knowing this basic, if you try to cover these current affairs, you will not understand anything. Once you do this thing, it becomes easy. Friends, I'm also doing this current affairs plus program, which is weekly current affairs with 2 or 3 classes, generally spread around 2 hours. So in this current affairs class, you will get comprehensive coverage of the current affairs. It will be a monthly module, comprehensive coverage of current affairs every month. Linkages with static. You will get comprehensive notes. You will also get a kind of mentorship support. Like, what is this mentorship support? Now I have given you the assignments here. Now, how to do these things? You can also ask me doubts on Telegram. So this is going to be most helpful, supportive program, and the cost of this program is just 1,000 rupees per month. If you have liked this initiative, please like, share, and subscribe, and also forward this initiative to your friends. Okay, friends, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.